Kenya's current development strategy, as outlined in the Vision 2030, recognizes the private sector as the engine of economic growth. Consequently, the manufacturing sector, and especially the private sector, is expected to play a leading role in the realization of the economic growth target of 10% per annum for the next 18 years up to 2030. The economic pillar of the Vision 2030 envisages moving the economy up the value chain, focusing on 6 key sectors, namely agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, business processing outsourcing, financial services, and wholesale and retail trade. Under the manufacturing sector, the garment and textile cluster development initiatives have been identified as flagship projects. The Kisumu Textile Incubation Project, based at the Kisumu National Polytechnic, is one of them.
The textile industry in that particular area has really suffered over the years because of imports. Once upon a time there was Kikomi or Kisumu cotton mills, which was a major industry in the 60s and 70s. This provided many jobs and also encouraged farmers to grow cotton. But because of the influx of cheap imports from elsewhere, that industry has really gone down and suffered a great deal. So I think this is a good opportunity maybe for the industry to grow again.
This project received funding amounting to about $200,000 from the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, under the Technical Cooperation Facility. The funds were used to establish a garment-making cluster and a textile and garment incubation center in Kisumu as part of implementation of the COMESA cluster initiative. The Technical Cooperation Facility is funded by the European Union (EU) and managed by the COMESA Secretariat. It provides member states with the technical and financial resources to implement their commitments under the COMESA Regional Integration Agenda. The aim is to strengthen the process of regional integration in COMESA to enhance its trade competitiveness regionally and globally, including the European Union.
The cluster, the incubation center, is to create a center in which young people could use modern equipment in terms of garment making. I would say that this would be one of the most successful, or the first attempt by COMESA to actually have an impact at the local level.
This project was funded by COMESA through the European Union, and we really want to appreciate the facility because it has opened a lot of avenue for the students and also for the community. And you know, this facility is creating awareness in what the community can do in terms of skills, appreciation and knowledge. And also, as an institution, we are now able to offer tailoring and fashion and design because of the equipment that we have gotten, the machines that you can see here. And for us to start it off, we also had to chip in as an institution in making the machines operate by installing like electrical wiring, hiring staff, and then getting seed money to start it off.
The overarching goal of the cluster development approach is a modern business value creation method of effecting positive social and economic changes through enriching the culture of innovation, productivity, and efficient utilization of natural resources, utilization of networks and culture of regions.
The main objective of this was to provide our SMEs with up-to-date skills on the current trend of the sewing industry. And as such, we recruited about 300 SMEs, trained them on the process of incubation. We call it a triple helix approach because we're dealing with SMEs, with the training institution, and with the government.
In this regard, the Kisumu Garments and Textile Incubator has played a major role in evolving the textile sector in the country. Besides providing courses to students at the school, the incubator, which is popularly known as COMESA Center, has acted as a center of excellence for most small-scale garments and textile producers, locally known as fundis.
As an institution also, I must say, it's also an environment where we can also train. We want to train our students also. Those graduates from high school can also come nowadays to get basic training in design. Initially, we were only training those already in the field, those already doing garment stuff, so that they can only come here and update their basic skills.
In this region of Nyanza, compared to other regions of Kenya, we know that very well that Nyanza is very well versed in fashion. And if you ask anybody around who is the best tailor, they will tell you that the best tailors are coming from Nyanza.
And because of that sensitization, they have been able to use this facility. They bring in their work and they use the machines that are here.
This one is eco-environment solution.
Sali Mohammed Ramadan, commonly known as Salimax, is the chairperson of the Kisumu Garment and Textile Cooperative, as well as a beneficiary of the support from COMESA.
This project was initiated because to bring up all tailors around us, so that we can come as a one group or as a one house, so that we can invest in doing different things and different talents and to expose what we are doing. And one reason why we came together, maybe it is because of finances and exposure of every fundi or every designer that was willing to come with us, so that it might be known locally, nationally and internationally.
Previously, these fundis used to work in isolation, but after the establishment of the Kisumu Incubation Center, a campaign to recruit members was launched. These are now working as a cluster team.
We were able to bring up all these fundis together, and we identify talents from them in different ways. There are some who can do very nice suits, there are some who can do very nice shirts, very nice dresses, and some can do even corporate, in the corporate world.
Yeah, as a cluster, we appreciated the project because it brings us together, and the project has some machines which we don't have locally. So that's why we appreciate it so much. So if in any case I have something to do, or any other group member have something to do, then we go there because it is available. So as members, they reduce for us the charges as members of the project.
The Kisumu Garment and Textile Incubator has helped to market members' products through exhibitions and networking.
One good thing that we've done, we've been showcasing some of our goods through the show and exhibitions, some exhibitions within Nyanza and other parts of like Siaya, Kakamega, and in Nairobi.
It also helps in lobbying for tenders for members and subcontracting in supplying garment and textile products in the country and in the region. In addition, the incubator assists members to improve the quality of their products by using modern equipment.
Once you enter into the incubator, you will find everything. For instance, we never used to have like embroidery machine in Kisumu, the one that is embroidering maybe a logo, or the one which is doing the carpets. We didn't have those machines.
Nyanza is well known for fundis and tailoring, especially our men, male tailors. They're the best fundis around, and they do come here to finish off their products in a more professional way, using the machines that we have here. So things like buttonholes, zips, we have the machines that can do them very well and very neatly. So that is also enhancing their business, because now the customers are realizing that this fundi or this tailor is doing a professional job, and the word goes round. When you're good at something, others will get to hear and they'll come and boost your business.
The establishment of an incubation center has built the capacity of members by providing management and skills training. Ali Seba Atieno is also a member of the Kisumu Garment and Textile Cluster operating at the Kibuye Juakali Cooperative and has benefited from the COMESA intervention.
There are 3 ways that I've benefited from the project since it came and since it started working. So, for example, there are times that we get workload that is too much for us as individuals. So we take some of the work to the project, then we get them faster than we can get them as we work individually. So it means the time frame that I'm given maybe by a client comes shorter, and I can deliver them at the right time that they need it. And because of that, they build trust in me, and they even talk to other people, telling them about us, telling us about them about the project and the specific fundis, the tailors, or people who are in that project. So it makes us be known to other people, other areas.
I benefit a lot because according to the incubator, I've managed to do so many things. And Avenue being my first client, I've been working with them for the last 6 or 7 years, and I've been proud of that. And they've been so helpful in my business because everywhere you go, sometimes people say that fundis are liars. So if you have an opportunity like this, like that, the one that I'm holding now, I could be able to supply my goods at the right time, and they are able to pay me at the right time. And so far, last month, when it was August, my family, after election, they managed to go to the holidays in Uganda, Jinja, and I was there with them. So that one was my holiday, which I took after the election, which was very good for me because I didn't have any time to go for holidays. And it's because of this. And my kids have gone to school, and I'm very proud of that. And recently we acquired something like a plot. So we are moving on, and we are hoping that things will be for good in future.
The cluster way of doing things in this facility helps the client get the work done faster, so that it's not only one person working on the garment, one garment, until it's complete. Somebody will put the collar, move it to the next person to do the buttonholes, move it to the next person to put the buttons, do the zips, do whatever. So it is just not one, it's a chain. So at the end of the day, you can produce even 200 garments in a day.
The Incubation Center is expected to provide more than an initial 1,000 jobs for SMEs. The cluster members will also be able to produce high-quality products that will be able to sell across the country and to the COMESA region. Financial support for the sustainability of the Textile Incubator project comes from membership fees and monthly contributions by members who have become part of the Kisumu Garment Cluster.
For the SMEs that come to this facility, they must pay some basic fees that go a long way to help us sustain the running or the basic operations of the facility. We also have individual clients who come to make their own orders here, make their own clothes here. They do them at a cost. Those ones help us to sustain the facility.
The projected income of Kisumu Garment and Textile Incubation Center is destined to reach an unprecedented growth of about 10 million shillings for the financial year.
This financial year, 2017-2018, we have forecast that we will be able to raise 10 million from this facility, 10 million Kenya shillings from this facility. That is our forecast. Because last financial year we started kind of 3 quarters into the financial year. But this financial year, we want to go far. We want to be more aggressive in looking for clients, more aggressive in getting the SMEs to come in and use this facility, and more aggressive in getting students to pursue courses that are related to the machines that we have here.
Indeed, the future for this incubation center is bright.
The young people in this particular area would have the opportunity to hone their skills, to also develop their entrepreneurial skills in terms of catering for the market. For example, there's a market for all sorts of textile products.
I cannot thank COMESA enough for what they have given us. These are equipment that we as an institution, through our governing council, would not have been able to afford. And in fact, one of our departments, the institution management department, had been calling for the starting of tailoring and dressmaking. And this came as a godsend. And we want to thank COMESA very, very much for that, because it has opened the doors for so many young people. You don't have to have gone through the formal education, because in our society, in our community, there are those who have dropped out in standard 8. Some have not completed secondary education. Some did Form 4, they didn't do well enough to move to the next level. But if they come here, they can get a skill and be self-employed.
The support from COMESA under the Technical Cooperation Facility will certainly spur greater and improved garments and textile production in Kenya and the region. The Kisumu Garment and Textile Incubation shall remain as a beacon of textile clusters sector in Kenya and beyond.